Alright guys, this is a video I was telling people I was going to make. This is about how we can defend ourselves against these police killing people, and why we should, and how we can defend ourselves with deadly force against them, and when we can use this deadly force. In the law it says, in the law it says when we can use this deadly force. But the reason why, why we should use deadly force and protect them, besides that, what I'm saying, I got this page over here. Besides that, this is why we should use deadly force against police officers. They hurt the people, they hurt our families, they hurt women and children. Sometimes, they put lives in danger with these women and children. Sometimes they shoot women, but they put children in danger with their high-speed chases and stuff like that. And they have no regard for anybody. Sometimes they shoot in public, but they lock up family members, husbands and stuff. It destroys their family. And I don't know what this word is. This looks like innocent, but they lie in court. And I'll tell you who's backing them. And I'll tell you who's backing them, and then I'll tell you the law in the U.S. So and we have to know who our enemies are. So what I'm saying, and I'll tell you who the enemies are. But this is why we should. This is why we should use deadly force against the police. First, what I'm saying, we will be lucky sometimes to come out alive most of the time, what I'm saying, unless they figure that, we have money, or, we have ways to defend ourselves against these guys. But this is who we got. The people have public defenders, and they're officers of the Masonic Corps and the U.S. Constitution. So we only have two things on our side: crooked public defenders who work for the Masons, and the Constitution. So we really only have one thing. These guys should be over here. This is who they have on their side and who they work for. All these guys right here, the police, judges, prosecutors, Rex Department, Internal Affairs, the grand jury, prosecutor, the grand jury, they're not part of it, but they get people that are relatives of all these guys right here, the detectives, the police unions. All these guys are Masons. Some are, the cops are Masonic Order of Fraternal Brotherhood, but they use these little symbols, the G, the square and compass, the Aussie and I. In Phoenix, they use the Phoenix bird. It's a thing right there. This is one of their crosses, is Masonic crosses, and it represents Baphomet. They won't tell you that, but they love that stuff. And all these departments are on their side. So that's who they're gonna believe, these guys, because these guys are all backing each other up, and these guys protect all these guys. These guys protect them, but at the same time, they're protecting these guys. It's a backup thing, They're all Masons, Zionists, and we got the Supreme Court, Masons, Zionists, super high up there, Masonic Zionists. The CIA, FBI, they're like permanent state, but they're top of the echelons. They got super secret, people that actually run the world, not the governments and stuff. They got the CFR, Council on Foreign Relations and stuff like that. The UN, these organizations that actually run. They're trying to run the whole world. That's who's going to try to take over us. But all the top political members are part of the CFR, so that's treasonous right there. But the IRS, NSA, Homeland Security is real corrupt. NASA, they're giving these guys $50 billion a day. And we have people that only have water on this planet. They're trying to find out other planets. Federal Reserve and Wall Street, they control all of this, It goes with the World Bank and the IMF, where they control other people's countries and stuff like this. And they also back these guys. There's just a few of them. Nuclear energy, kosher tax on food. When you see the little K with the little circle in it, that's a kosher tax. They have to pay for that little tax thing. This Jewish organization, even though only like 2% of the stuff, or 1% of the stuff gets sold to Jewish kosher people, we still tax 42% of the food. Don't make no sense. It does if you're taxing. Got big corporations, got oil and water energy corporations that run our states, but banks and MTV, they run it out of a Masonic building. They're all Masons, but this is what they do. Once they control all this, they just start a war on the American people with illegal drug wars. They got drug wars where we need the medicine. Can't draw on this, but we can grow the medicine for free. But no, they don't want that. We have to give our money to the pharmaceutical company. I didn't put them down here. They're the biggest crooks around. We pay them for their research, so we pay for all the research, and then they charge us because they say, oh, well, we did all the research and we did all the thing. Well, we're paying for all the research. We can just take the doctors from them, pay them double, triple, quadruple what they're making, and we still be saving money from all the research, and then they rob our more taxpayers, just like the prisons. They send these guys to prison, they charge you guys $45,000 a year. And that's why I put it over here. They turn our prisoners into killers, and they put right back on your bed, and they're doing the same thing to our soldiers. They're corrupting their mind. So this is all part of why we should use deadly force on these police. They shoot us, they use deadly force on us, and they use, oh, I gotta assume there's a threat. You know, they're a threat, you know what I'm saying? I just assume. So now, these guys are the real threat, and I'll tell you why, and I'll show you why. And I put teachers here. They're our biggest threat too. They teach fake history, fake space. You know, they don't let you question anything. They got algebra that we don't use. Fake science, they mix it with real science. They make you pledge allegiance to the flag. Then they pledge allegiance to Israel and Zionism, and they want us to pledge allegiance to the flag when we should be saying, well, shouldn't we help everybody? Why just pledging allegiance to this flag? You know what I'm saying? We should pledge allegiance to the fucking, you know, good things. But you know, they want to indoctrinate us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you have to pledge allegiance to the flag. You're not American. You're not patriotic. They use these words, but this is all reason. The reason why we should use deadly force on the police officers is because it's the law. It says that we have to. If we don't uphold our own laws, we can't. And I haven't wrote it down yet, but I'm just going to try to make it quick. Our law says assault, the ARS code, and it should be the same around every state. Assault, damn it. I got to write this on thing, but assault is when you there's different kinds of assault, but the main type of assault that they'd like to get away with is provocation. They like to provoke you. Okay? And they're not allowed to do that because it says right in the law, the first thing of assault, you're not allowed to provoke an assault. Or else you can't claim self-defense. But everybody always sees, you guys already know, the second person. So here's why they're so deadly. They smirk at you. That violates your constitutional rights because it's a threat. They're letting you know that something bad is going to happen to you. You know, they could shoot you. You know, charge you with aggravated assault on a police officer. You know, do whatever they want. You know, plant drugs on you. You know, at worst, you know, maybe, you know, if you're a woman, you know, I don't want to think, you know what I'm saying, but, you know, I just hate to see what they do to, you know, our children and our women, but, you know, these cops are, you know, probably getting busted all the time with, you know, doing stuff, you know, they don't have no backup, you know what I'm saying? That's why the politicians and the congressmen can get away with anything they want, you know, any type of, you know, child crimes or anything. Nobody's ever going to bust them. They're probably these Freemasons, and it's all part of the protocols of Zion that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to corrupt our youth and, you know, to damage our youth's brains. But here's why you should use self-defense, deadly self-defense, or deadly force on these guys. You got to assume they're going to do something bad to you. They're armed with a deadly weapon, and they're smirking at you. That tells you that they're, you know, deranged or corrupted, and they're not constitutional, and they're not following the law. They're going to do something bad to you, evil to you. So you got to assume the worst because they have firearms. The sheriff's department in California would tell you if somebody breaks into your house at night, you know you're there, you got to assume they're going to do something bad to you because they're already breaking into your house and they know people's in there, so they have to be armed. You got to assume they're armed, even if they're not. You got to assume. So you know what I'm saying, these guys breaking into houses and at night with people in them. You know, that lady that got shot with the AR-15 the other day, or shot that guy with the AR-15 the other day. I'm thinking that the elite wanted that little girl because he tried to steal that little girl. But they couldn't steal her, so they sent two thugs in there. You know what I'm saying? They probably knew they didn't have no money. You know what I'm saying? You don't send thugs in. Those thugs don't go stealing, breaking into, you know, poor people's houses with goddamn guns. How do they get guns? They ain't got no money. They supposed to have no money. You know what I'm saying? They got big ass guns or whatever. You know what I'm saying? What the hell would they get them? What do they need money for? They got guns. They're breaking into poor people's houses because they want the children. And you know, these elite control all these, you know, gangs. You know what I'm saying? MS-13. You know, Mexican mafia in California. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They're moving the drugs. These guys are doing it. You know what I'm saying? The Hells Angels probably. You know what I'm saying? They're probably working with them. You know what I'm saying? Informants and stuff like that. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? You know, what the hell are you using all these thugs for? But you know, the reason we should use deadly force in the self-defense is because they're planning on doing bad stuff to you guys. You guys seen what they're doing on tape. They won't arrest these cops. Why? Because when we go back to this, the grand juries and the prosecutors, those are the only people that can be racist because they control our justice system. So these grand juries and the grand jury prosecutors, they won't ever do anything. Internal affairs is a joke. The police unions are fucking so corrupt, so racist, you don't even have to look. They'll protect anything, the most vile act they do, they don't care. These cops won't ever get fired. They move to other police departments. If you're a nurse, you can't even get a misdemeanor and be a nurse. These guys get felonies, almost felonies, and still can be cops. It's ridiculous. It's backward. We're in an upside down world. But you know, we got to take these cops out because they're going to kill our children. And if we don't, they're going to destroy our community. You know, they're going to keep doing this. They're going to use deadly force on us. They've been killing our community. They, you know what I'm saying? They kill the family. You know what I'm saying? If you're the breadwinner of the family, you know, they're destroying families. They're destroying communities. All in the order, just to take everybody's stuff. You know, they're seizing people's stuff. You know, back in the day, they used to charge. I used to sell weed $35 a quarter in '93 for bunk weed because they kept it so high since the ban that they could sell it for $35 for bunk ass weed. And they'd take your car if you had a seed in it, take your house, everything. They're still doing asset seizure forfeiture. The IRS steals a bunch of stuff. They're not justice. You know what I'm saying? We should go and take these guys out. Just because they won't let us grow medicine that we could go free, and they're forcing us to buy it. We can go to ship free, you know what I'm saying? These marijuana plants put out, like, in a year, as much air, oxygen in a year as a big, tall red tree in California, the big forest red trees. They put out more oxygen, we'd be saving the world. Why wouldn't we go on everything, you know what I'm saying? We should go everything for free. You don't legalize anything, but you don't make it illegal. All you do when you make it illegal, you create gangs, drugs, people shooting each other for snitching. They keep us economically at war with each other. They keep us at a fake racist war, you know what I'm saying? These are all the guys that do it, you know what I'm saying? These guys are super, super horrible, you know what I'm saying? Homeland Security, NASA, $50 million a day, you know what I'm saying? Guess who also gets a whole bunch of money? Almost as much as these guys, like $15 million a day, like $4 billion a year. Israel. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, you guys know. Who owns the Federal Reserve? Rothschilds in Israel. Who owns the Wall Street? Rothschilds in Israel. You know what I'm saying? We got the fucking Warburgs. We got other people too. We got these banks. And what do? They bankrupt Wall Street and your taxpayers, and they steal and they get bailouts, and it's just a joke to them. They get triple. In 9/11, Larry Silverstein, he doubled up the insurance, and then he tried to get triple, saying there's 3 separate terrorist attacks. They don't care. They always try to triple and double up. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? They double, triple up. They got put options that they put on, American Airlines and Delta, where they make money because they knew they were going to go down. Where else do you do that? You know what I'm saying? You can't bet on an economy going down. They've done warped the Wall Street. They threw all the Glass-Steagall out and everything. So it's all corrupt. So I try to make this real quick, but we should use deadly force on these police officers. They're going to kill us. And you know what I'm saying? They're dead serious when they're laughing and smirking. They're not playing around. So we all need to arm ourselves all the time and protect our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? So always have a thick, a knife on you, you know what I'm saying, to protect yourself from the police. And, and only protect yourself when they're smirking at you and they're deadly force. Because if they're not doing anything illegal, unconstitutionally, they're not breaking any law, then we can't do anything because, that'd be, but so assault, so we can't assault them unless we're, you're provoked. And, or provocation, and intimidation is part of provocation. When they come up to you and they knowingly try to intimidate you with fear and on purpose, you know what I'm saying, get in your face and try to intimidate you, that's provocation like a motherfucker. They can't do that, you know what I'm saying? They lie to you. They won't file police reports for some people, you know what I'm saying, are rape victims out there. They're having a hard time with these police. They're laughing at them and stuff. They're not doing the proper jobs. 9/11, they just screwed us all over on that, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do a proper investigation, send all the materials over to China to melt them down. Where do you do that in an investigation? Take the crime scene and destroy it, you know what I'm saying? They took the